Northwest Stadium, just outside Washington, D.C. Men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And off we go in our nation's capital. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. And they'll be led out by their 9th-year quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well. Won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Landon Jackson. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. Now it's Richardson. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
3rd and 16.
Richardson looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. Washington going to send out their punter. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And this will be taken at the 13. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Rivera. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards for number 11. Back to throw now on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Here we go.
Harris running straight ahead. Still a couple yards short of the 1st as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here.
Right there, right. Go.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 28. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give him a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. Back to throw. Rivera. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights. And it's now a 7-0 game. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards. And it's polished off by a Vikings score. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Washington offense set to take over. They are back over the 500 mark for the year. A 3-game winning streak really coming at the exact right time, Charles, to get them back into playoff contention.
And it's always a question of when do you want your football team to peak? And everyone always talks about you want to be playing your best ball going into the playoffs, but sometimes you need your best ball before that time. And this team, going into this stretch of games, they're certainly playing their best football of the year.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
A good pickup there at 22. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Throw left side complete. That's McKinney. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30, right about the 29. The Vikings offense led by their wide receiver headed out for their 2nd possession. And he's putting together some kind of campaign. Currently 2nd in the NFL in touchdown receptions among wideouts. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It's only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down.
And the Vikings first down.
They hand this off to Harris. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. Looking to throw. Rivera. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the 1st.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Minnesota.
On the give, this is Harris. And not much, maybe a yard down to the 23. Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And not much happening on the return as they get this to about the 23. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
3rd and 4.
Tackled at the 29-yard line. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's Richardson to throw. Work in the middle of the field. He's got a man complete. And he's going to have the Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score.
Moving the ball all fast.
Richardson out of the shotgun. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Here now, 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the shotgun, Richardson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 30.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
And Richardson looks to throw once more.
Good,
Heck of a broken tackle and able to work this down near the 23. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now he's going to step up and run. And Richardson slides down after evading the defense, and he moves the chains. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
16-yard line.
Now Richardson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now Richardson back to throw it. And his throw here is incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Powering forward. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Richardson looking to throw this. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Here we go, here we go. 19, Tiger, 19.
Richardson. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Maxwell Hairston. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
They were in a very good position to come up with a go-ahead score there. A really good drive. Instead, it turns into 6 points going the other way. Psychologically, I don't know what that's going to do to them.
So as a coach, you're looking at that as at least a 10-point swing, right? Because they had the field goal in their back pocket.
They certainly did, and you're right. At least a 10-point swing, maybe more.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Point after, right down the middle. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. The Vikings offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And he's been one of the most consistent pieces of their offense all year long, no doubt. Shouldn't be much of a surprise then to see him among the league leaders in rushing here late in the season. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up second and
Harris going to get it again on second down. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. 63 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Second and 11. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's not locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. The extra point attempt to come here. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. That time a 6-play drive. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. First possession of the second half now for Washington. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Operating from the gun, Richardson. He finds his man, complete. That's McKinney. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Richardson working from the gun. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Flowers. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Just past midfield.
On third down, they're going to run for it here. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
Washington going to send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. The Vikings offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on second and 8. Back to throw. Rivera. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on fourth down.
A 4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
They're indeed going for it as they look to
Oh,
throw.
get the fuck.
And it's incomplete. They
Come
cannot
on.
convert, and they turn
Y'all
it
really.
over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. He hits Adams complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a first down Washington on a pickup of 18.
22-yard line.
It's so fucking disgusting.
18 cards.
Looking to throw. Richardson. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot.
Second and inches at the 12-yard line.
Ready, go. Panther 6.
Back to throw. Richardson. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. And now they'll stop play here, at least momentarily. A member of the Vikings in some discomfort after that last play.
60 Bisons.
Richardson, shotgun on 3rd down. Touchdown, Washington. Zay Flowers from 19 yards away. And the Commanders are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead down to 10, 24-14.
Commanders 14.
So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. More dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. It's a gain of 34. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Hey, smash Bronco. Bronco lead. Smash.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Now Harris. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on his faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. And when we talk run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. From the gun on 3rd down.
Oh, come on, man. Get the... Bro, come on, man. This... Come on, man. This... They're just missing a wide open throws.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive. Stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
The Washington offense set to take over again. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Richardson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
At the 27-yard line.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Richardson. Only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Number 2. Brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Get the fuck out of here. Yo.
And they stop him up short of the 1st down as they get him at about the 43.
A gain of 14 on the play. It's 4th down.
4th down, desperation time. Here's Richardson. And now we're going to get a stoppage as, yeah, that looks like Jackson who's shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Check, hey, check, go, check. Cowboy 80. Let's go, check, Panther.
They run with Harris. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. He finds his man complete. It's Bauer. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
Get the fuck.
Yeah, you only get a 1-yard buffer there from the line of scrimmage, and he got downfield a little too far, and the flag came out.
Hey, check, hurry.
They run the draw here with Robinson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd and 6. Wide open receiver complete. The Commanders going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Here we go, go.
Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout. 2nd and 13. That will be their 3rd and final. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Rondé Gadsden, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Vikings look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
As we prepared for these games, we've noticed offensive coordinators have had an expanded playbook on 2-point conversion tries because they never know when they may have to use it during a game.
But that also means the defense probably has more for these situations too, right?
No doubt about it. I think for the most part, defenses will be aggressive on 2-point tries. They want to get after the offense and make them force the issue.
And here the defense wins. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go.
Here's Richardson throwing to start the drive. He sets to fire deep. And this one is incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Back to throw. Richardson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
And the Commanders' 1st down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
They'll look to throw now on first down. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to bring up second down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Commanders football as we get back to it. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score.
Hey, check that. Drop low 80.
Looking to throw again on second down. Richardson. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
On the play. It's now third down.
Out of the gun now on third down. And that will be incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Richardson on fourth down. That is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
60 Bison. Here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Quick throw, knocked away, and incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one. And oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the fourth quarter.
They're going to snub this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. And now they're in the hurry up.
Street. Let's go.
Looking to throw. Rivera.
Wow, look at that
All the
shit.
Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. A third and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That fifth defensive back, the extra defender.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll get inside of Washington's 15 before being taken down. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on first and 10. That's caught at the 3. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. Back to throw. Rivera. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Another shot from the 1 on second and goal.
Let's go now.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great play there with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that will bump the lead up to 26. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost.